In 3, 2, 1.
We're down here in Texas where the weather is nice at Ordnance Labs. We've got Sean here. Thanks for having us out. Looks like you've got some stuff for us to play with.
Yeah, we got all kinds of good party favors that y'all's viewers will hopefully like. We got det cord, shaped charges, and all kinds of good booms.
Det cord's my favorite, I would say.
We brought out a 300 Win Mag that we have a blue tip spotter tracer like we used the 6.5 Creedmoor for. And then we also have a Barrett 50 cal to really set off the big tank with one of those blue tips again. I think it'll work out pretty good.
And we've got the TMX 7510 again from Vision Research, so we're really gonna crank the frame rate, get some delicious high-speed footage. So thanks for having us out.
All right.
Good to see you, and let's blow some stuff up.
All right, so we got right here is some 50 grain det cord, which is generally the standard that you use for most everything for rigging charges. It detonates at about 23 to 26,000 feet per second using a PETN or RDX filler. We're gonna set off with a blasting cap. And the goal here is we're gonna shatter all of the canisters, release the contents, and hopefully that'll get set off by the explosion. But we've got ourselves a little insurance policy here with the road flare. So we're gonna go ahead and rig it up. We'll get back to a safe distance and see what happens.
And just a little bit of experimentation here. This is propane, which we're used to from our last episode. That's MAP gas, which burns a little bit hotter than propane. And then that is pure oxygen, which on its own isn't flammable, but when you can quickly oxidize into something, it might fireball sooner. I don't know what to expect with this.
Yeah, we're gonna find out though.
What do you think, Adam?
I think it's be cool.
Let's do it. Let's blow some stuff up.
Let's do it.
Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1, fire.
I saw one of them go flying.
Yellow one made it way out there.
That's the propane one right there. I don't think that went.
And then the red over there.
There's the oxygen one. Is that what we call a UXO, Sean?
Yeah, it's a non-traditional UXO around here. Usually we have legit UXO. That's just something that...
That's weird.
We have no idea what's going on. It's bulging.
I think it's worth a redo, but apparently 2.5 wraps of det cord is not enough.
Yeah.
So.
More explosives.
Yeah, oh no.
You did 2.5?
Yeah.
2.5 on each
wow.
one.
I hate using more explosives. I really do. I'll have to take one for the team for y'all. Darn.
Oh, dang it.
In the meantime, shoot it from a distance.
Yeah. All right, the first round we didn't quite get them popped in half so we can get that nice stoichiometric rate. So we got Jake with Ordnance Lab here. It looks like you beefed it up. Tell us what you did.
So the last time there was not enough wraps of det cord to get through the canister, so we tripled it up. Placed way more det cord around each canister, and this should ensure a good amount of force to shear these canisters in half, get the gases out so they can mix up and then ignite. And to make sure we ignite it, we have a little backup. We have a packet of flash powder here that's going to explode up and then generate a large fireball that should be real hot and ignite the flames.
And then as a tertiary, we've got a flare. It'll be running the whole time, so.
I'm a big fan of redundancy, so if this doesn't work, well, you know what? I'm going to retire and get into pottery.
All right, sounds good. Okay, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, heads up. All right, we're good. Holy smokes. Wow.
God. Oh, now you can see them all.
Oh, yeah. That's the flash powder there? Mm-hmm. Wild. That was such a good idea.
Oh my, yeah, that thing took off.
Yeah, you can see the flash powder over here.
That's the brightest stuff?
Yeah. Freaking sweet.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
Always good to have an expert on site. Okay, so we tried 6.5 Creedmoor spotter tracer. I think a 300 Win Mag is faster and heavier. This is the Accuracy International 300 Win Mag. If you haven't seen it, we did a recreation of one of Trump's incidents that he had forced upon him. Thanks to Brandon Herrera for letting us borrow this. I don't know if he even knows that we have it, but we do. This thing's a beauty. We've just got the spotter tracer. I guess a 1 pound. We're just recreating the 6.5, just seeing if...
Does a different tracer have a better chance?
Yep, and then from here, we'll go to the Blue Tip 50, which is the incendiary on steroids.
Correct.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Oh, it actually worked!
It did it!
Sweet!
Save the farm!
See, not everything's all glamour around here.
Nope.
Ooh, okay. That seems like more sparks out the back than the Creedmoor
Yeah,
did.
I think it's more sparks overall than the 6.5. Oh, it takes a long time. Whoa! So that means a lot of it was right at stoichiometry.
It looked like it went from the middle? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was like an actual pressure wave. It's like a firestorm erupting out of the grass. Okay, so some tracers could do it.
Okay.
It's just either luck or certain calibers have more material to work with.
About the same distance as we did the 6.5, I think. This might be a little
gotta be
further
close.
away. Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
That big one restarted.
Well, we cleared out a bunch of the grass that was in the way. So it worked.
What's up with that?
300 Win Mag for the win? Get it?
I guess.
Get it because of the Win Mag? Okay.
All right, you guys all wanted a bigger one. We came all the way to Texas to Ordnance Lab just to do this for you guys. I think we were saying 20 pound, but I think they're actually 15 pounds. But this is like what you go get at Walmart and slap on your grill. We've got a Barrett 50 cal. We've got the same blue tip that we use out of our Noreen. I'm gonna be way further away this time.
Yep.
I don't think I need to yap too much. You guys know what to expect. It's that bigger.
And if you subscribe, we might have a surprise.
We might have a surprise. All right, I'm on it.
Go for it.
Well, we hit it.
I don't know if you remember from the 5-pounder we did with the blue tip, there was a lot of incendiary coming out the backside.
Right.
And all of that stayed with the propane while it was expanding. I think because this canister is so much larger, it's having to go through so much liquid propane. I don't want to say it's extinguishing the incendiary, but it might be.
Oh yeah, dead center. Nice.
That makes so much sense. Look how thick that looks.
Yeah.
It looks thicker than the 5-pound.
And as you guys can tell, it was brand new.
Yep. We still promised you a big fireball, so I guess we'll do a 15-pound with flares around it.
Yeah.
It's about the only way to do it.
New day, new attempt,
New wardrobe.
new wardrobe. We've got some road flares. We're gonna get some fire behind this thing. We're gonna use the blue tip again, and it better turn into a fireball.
Why don't we just tape the flare to the canister?
Oh, we could do that. Okay, everybody set?
Yep, go for it.
Okay. Woo! I think we hit it.
Yeah. It didn't fly anywhere, which is good.
All right, weapons clear.
Whoa, look at it hit the ground after.
It hit the.
Oh, did it hit that engine block?
target.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't the flare.
No?
The flame start. No, it was the incendiary. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
It carries into it.
Hey!
Okay. So,
Sweet.
So yesterday was just a bad luck
So
thing.
it's probable that you can set off. I also did hit higher on the tank.
Look at that fire. Oh my.
Yeah, wow,
Look
yeah.
at that. I always try to frame wider and wider for these, and I always
You know, a
miss.
nice little mushroom cloud going on here.
Yeah.
That could be used for like special effects stuff right there. That's crazy.
That looked pretty sweet, didn't it? You know what else is gonna look sweet? When we show you this Ultradyne muzzle brake in super high speed. What you just watched was the Apollo Max in the 223 variant. They also come in the 7.62 family, so no matter what you're shooting, it'll fit. Each one of these packages will tell you exactly what it's rated for because they cover a wide variety. And put to the test against many of the leading brakes on the market, and they found that very few, if any, have outperformed it. The angled side ports have extreme recoil reduction. There's also angled V ports in the front for muzzle rise mitigation, while keeping the diverted gas out of the shooter's line of sight so you can actually see the target as you're shooting it. It's easily attachable with their jam nut system. It takes 2 wrenches and about 3 minutes to get it clocked and torqued. It is precision machined out of stainless steel, which guarantees optimized tolerance to give the best results. So that's the Apollo Max muzzle brake by Ultradyne. Shout out to them for sponsoring this episode. They have their own chassis systems, butt stocks, iron sights. They do much more than these muzzle brakes. And if you use UD15, you'll get 15% off your order. All of that will be linked in the description below. Let's get back to some high-speed det cord. All right, we've got an 80 pounder, 15, a couple 3s. We asked them to kind of overfilm a little bit, so I think we're gonna be teetering right there at 100 pounds.
And we just shot 15.
And that was only 15 over there. So in order to make sure that it goes right and it goes safe, what are you gonna do to make sure that we see all 100 pounds of this just ignite?
We'll start off the bat, we have a shape charge. We have a linear shape charge, and that's going to punch through the tanks. And I want to make sure we get through both.
Okay.
These tanks are pretty thick, and this will definitely do the job. The det cord is going to transmit the rest of the detonation wave to the smaller tanks, which obviously are not going to get hit by the shape charge, but it'll pop the top, spreading more of the propane. And on the back end, we'll have a flash powder charge to be the ignition source to make sure if the det cord doesn't set off the propane, well, there should be some burning residue from the flash powder charge to get the cloud going.
So we have a primary, a secondary, and a tertiary once these are split open to light them.
Yep, plenty of redundancy because I don't want to repeat this.
I don't know that
I don't think we could.
Just for added measure, because it looks cool in slow-mo, is we have a whole bunch of shock tube with some PTN inside that will transmit the detonation energy.
Okay, so we've got shock tube, det cord, shape charges, 100 pounds of propane. If that's not worth a subscribe, I mean, come on.
And subscribe to Ordnance Lab too. You got to.
They're the ones doing it all.
Okay, well, let's go set up all our Phantoms and get some glorious high speed.
Let's do
Bunch
it.
of stuff up.
So we've got a wireless receiver here that's gonna come over and it's gonna set off our first blasting cap here. They did some fun shock tube for us. All this orange stuff is just shock tube. So it's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna whip around real fast. Always looks real cool, which will start our det cord coming around. It'll pop all of these propanes and then it'll come up, and right in here, it's tucked inside of the shape charge, which will then knife through this, put everything out in the air. Right before we take off, we're gonna put some flash powder on here as just a tertiary to make sure we have enough ignition down here. And then we're gonna pop this thing.
This is gonna be nuts.
100 pounds. We only ever promised like 15 or 20, so here you go.
All right, let's blow this up. Okay, let's go for it. Ready?
Circuit on! Fire in 3, 2, 1!
Holy crap.
What do you guys think back there?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say something to you, but I was like, I kind of want that angle, and I don't want to be the one out there. So.
This is the easiest part to find out of all that.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Is that not stock?
I don't think that comes with it.
So that's where the shape charge entered. If you remember, it was about that wide.
That's a huge hole.
Boop. A lot happened.
That was a big freaking fireball.
That was that the biggest one we've done yet?
Has to be.
Has to
be. I went like twice as wide as the last shots. It still left the frame.
It still left the frame.
You guys asked for 20. We delivered 100. Please subscribe. Please go over to Ordnance Lab. Thanks again, Jake. Everything you've done. This is
Way too much fun. Way too much fun.
deck cord is just my favorite thing.
It's
it doesn't get old in high speed.
It's like fun. It's rope, but actually fun.
It's angry string.
Spicy spaghetti, yeah.
Okay.
Spicy spaghetti.
You got any cool new projects or anything you want to let the audience know?
We got a lot of 3D printed stuff
Okay.
coming along, projectiles, other stuff. Assuming that you know we can actually see it, show it these days.
You do a lot of customized explosives, right?
We do, yeah. We manufacture. We have to manufacture a lot of our explosives,
Right.
especially because of the shortage.
So if you like that stuff, head over to Ordnance Lab, subscribe to them, and
While you're
anything
cruising the web, you could go to Patreon.
Yep.
You get early access, you get no ads.
If we said a swear word, it'll be over there.
It'll be over there. We use some firearms. If you're interested in firearms, getting your start in gunsmithing technologies, you can go to SDI.edu in the link in our description below. You can get your
place
start
to
in
go.
that. Other than that,
I say that's a wrap.
I'd say that's a
I don't
wrap.
think we need to do propane for a while though. That was a lot.
Can I
No.
borrow this?
All right, thanks for
Hulk
watching.
smash!